Are you looking for the best soundbars under $500? In this video we will look at some of the best soundbars under $500 on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Polk Signa S4. It's a tough ask for a single compact soundbar under $500 to be the audio centerpiece of home theater surround sound, but Polk Audio's Signa S4 succeeds. When you have a small space but want to supplement your TV speakers with a compact soundbar to play Dolby Atmos material, your options are starting to get better. Compact soundbars at that price don't often have top-firing speakers that make the 3D height-oriented Atmos effects special. Still, some utilize Dolby Atmos height virtualization, a technology that simulates the Atmos 3D effects from a speaker system without upfiring or overhead speakers. Like the Sonos Beam Gen 2 above, the Polk Audio Signa S4 soundbar uses virtual Dolby Atmos processing to create the illusion of Atmos effects from its L/R stereo and side-firing speakers. Unlike the Beam, the Signa S4 has a wireless subwoofer to fill out the low end, which does very well. Setting up the Signa S4 was a simple affair thanks to its HDMI ARC port, though you can connect it to your TV using an optical audio cable or AUX cable. Remember that you'll need to use an HDMI connection to properly play Dolby Atmos content. We were pleased that this system's wireless subwoofer connected to the soundbar without any configuration. Number 2. Vizio M-Series M512AH6. Simply put, this soundbar with subwoofer and rear surround speakers offers the most complete home theater audio setup of a level of quality under $500. A single soundbar can blow the doors off the sound of your TV's built-in speakers. However, you don't really get very low bass rumble or truly immersive surround sound from a single soundbar, especially under $500. So when you have a package like the Vizio M-Series M512AH6, including a soundbar with top-firing speakers, a wireless 6-inch subwoofer, and rear satellite speakers for just under the $500 mark, it's a legitimate cause for excitement. The top-firing drivers in the soundbar make the object-oriented overhead effects from Dolby Atmos or competing DTS-X material more immersive, and the rear speakers provide the depth to your soundstage that true surround sound needs. Naturally, there are a few limitations at this price level. For one thing, the rear surround speakers are not wireless like in most higher-priced systems. Rather, you have to connect them with speaker wire to the subwoofer, making it more challenging to position them well in your space. You also don't get Wi-Fi streaming or built-in support for smart assistants. However, the M512AH6 does have Bluetooth 5.0 for wireless streaming, and you can set it up for voice control via the major voice assistants. More importantly, the M512AH6 provides a full-spectrum, immersive sound with deep bass, top-firing and rear channels, and a transparent sound that complements a range of sources from music to visual entertainment well, and all for under $500. Number 3. TCL Q6510. TCL's Q6510 is a full-on 5.1 surround sound system with wireless speakers that work without latency. TCL's Q6510 is a 4-piece 5.1 surround sound soundbar that solves our biggest issues with this type of speaker system. The front right, front left, and center channel speakers are built into the bar itself, while the wireless subwoofer has a pair of ports on the back that supply the rear right and rear left speakers with power. Many 5.1 soundbar audio systems rely on a mix of upward and front-firing drivers to achieve surround sound, but they can't achieve the same level of performance as a set of discrete speakers. In our tests, the Q6510 performed very well given its surprisingly modest price tag, $300 normally, $250 at the time of this writing. Our initial test was to listen to the soundbar independently, but it was clear that TCL designed the system with at least the subwoofer connected to fill out its sound. The soundbar and subwoofer paired to one another immediately, and the soundbar's thinner sound was instantly richer. If the Q6510 was only the soundbar, it'd still be worth recommending for folks seeking a sizable upgrade over their TV's internal speakers. The front channels checked all the boxes, dialogue sounded clear, loud sounds like explosions never caused distortion, and it was easy to get great sound at any volume level. But, on top of that, or, more appropriately, underneath it, we were especially pleased with the Q6510's wireless subwoofer, which provided quite a lot of bass. Part of this has to come down to TCL's automatic AI calibration, which adjusts the speakers based on the room that they're in. As components get added to the system and moved around, the calibration makes tweaks. Number 4. Sony HTS2000. When you want a fuller sounding subwoofer in a pretty small package, Sony's HT-2000s should be your new go-to. While 5.1 soundbars offer true surround sound by way of dedicated rear channel speakers, you can still get an immersive experience with a 3.1 system like Sony's HTS2000. The soundbar has a center channel and right and left drivers, which offer clearer vocals and stereo sound, respectively. Many 3.1 soundbars have a wireless subwoofer to provide bass, but Sony took a different tactic and built a dual subwoofer into the soundbar itself. This makes the overall setup a lot more compact, but it required the company to move the power supply outside of the soundbar and onto the cable. This is cumbersome because you'll have a chunky power brick hanging around your home theater setup, but this is our only real complaint with Sony's soundbar. On the sound side, the HTS2000 performs very well. The internal subwoofers deliver clear lower frequencies well, though we wouldn't say they'd beat some of the dedicated subs we've tried. The trade-off is that you only need to dedicate one outlet and less than 32 inches of space to your entire home theater. If you'd like to expand your setup, you can augment the HTS2000 with a Sony subwoofer and rear speakers over time to create a fuller 5.1 surround sound system. We like recommending modular gear so you have the flexibility to make your setup sound sweeter step by step. Number 5. Yamaha YAS209. A straightforward stereo soundbar with a subwoofer can still have a place in a modern home entertainment room when it sounds this good and has the technological bell and whistles. The YAS209 soundbar with subwoofer may be only a 2.1 channel stereo system, but it doesn't skimp on many extra features for a soundbar under $500. It allows Bluetooth and Wi-Fi streaming, an HDMI input with 4K pass-through, HDMI ARC output, and a better-than-nothing virtual surround sound mode. Its built-in Amazon Alexa integration lets you control the soundbar with your voice and includes standard Alexa operation, like asking it questions, setting timers, controlling smart home devices, etc. And you can also combine other Alexa-enabled speakers to build a multi-room audio system. Perhaps more importantly, the YAS209 also sounds very good for this price range. It has a lower-than-average frequency response for deep, contoured bass, very good detail in the high range, and a crisp overall sound that doesn't suffer when you turn it up. While a center channel might help distinguish vocals and dialogue within complex sound mixes, the clear voice setting goes a long way to make up for it. Of course, if you're not dead set on buying something today, Yamaha announced the launch of the SRB40 A soundbar with wireless subwoofer and the SRB30 A soundbar with built-in subwoofers, expected in August and September of 2023, respectively, and both costing less than $400.